It's week 1 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, here to welcome you to another NFL season. Always an exciting time, CD. And I tell you what, new is the opportune word here for these two division rivals, Atlanta and New Orleans. A couple of faces who have helped define this rivalry behind center, they're now gone. This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
And let's face it, it's a rivalry that always will blaze white hot, but it's definitely different now. Drew Brees gone 1 year from the Saints. Matt Ryan gone the next year from the Falcons, although he's still playing in Indianapolis. This is two teams in flux a little bit, trying to find their footing, although New Orleans still remains confident they can get back to the Super Bowl.
Set to go, young Ray Crew ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
It was terrible to see Jameis Winston suffer his torn ACL last season because he had the Saints rolling in his first year running the show in New Orleans. They went 5-2 in his starts, and they were just...
Jameis going to look to throw right away. And incomplete to open things up. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans first down.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget. He set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
Jameis now on first down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play fake. Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 36. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
action now. Winston. Escaping the pressure right.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Second down and goal. Winston, touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas from 4 yards out.
And the Saints are on the board here first in the season opener.
Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and a quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
After losing his starting job in Tennessee and playing as a backup in Las Vegas, many wondered if Marcus Mariota would get another shot to lead a team. Atlanta gave it to him this season as a bridge from Matt Ryan to the next era. Always a good runner. Don't discount Mariota as a playmaker who can win games for the Falcons. He did take Tennessee to the playoffs in his second season and gained valuable experience in Las Vegas.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. To throw Mariota. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he's spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Mariota on first down. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Mariota.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it,
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
But I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Play fake, Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas
8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Throwing again on second down. Mariota. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. That's into the hands of Edwards.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota.
It's Edwards again. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
To throw again on second down, Mariota.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
You use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Here's Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Holding, offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Patterson running between the tackles. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. On 2nd and goal, Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 3rd and goal, Mariota flushed out right. Touchdown! Demir Bird from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. On 2nd and 9, Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. With a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. On 3rd down, Mariota. Flush to his right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Falcons, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And he gets this one to... Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Winston. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
On the return, Williams. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now Patterson to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, caught by London. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 41, Mariota into the hands of Bird over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now. They'll run with Patterson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running the counter, Patterson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you are exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Kentavious Street in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and they will take the lead at 13-10. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First down, Winston. He goes once again right back to Hardy. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A 10th carry for Kamara. A beautiful fake. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Winston. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Mariota now to throw on first down. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running left, here's Patterson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row and now a pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. A handoff for Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Edwards. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. That pass is caught by Hardy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Mariota's throw taken in by Fitzpatrick. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Mariota on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Here's a give to Patterson. 77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Ball start.
And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Now Mariota letting one go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here?
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston buying time to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A first down throw for Winston.
Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Winston to throw.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's Winston. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Now Winston.
Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Winston.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
So out come the Falcons now. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Once more, they turn to Patterson. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Mariota. And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Landry now on the return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's power it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Falcons, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the